Hi boys and girls, you ready to do your writing today? I hope so. So this week we have been using the books That's Not My, and we've been using them to find out about different materials, haven't we? And to help us think of lots of really good describing words. Now yesterday you went on a material hunt and I've seen all the wonderful materials you've been finding, and you thought of lots and lots and lots of different describing words. And those words will help you today. Right, now if you were in school, normally you would be making one of these books. You would be making your very own That's Not My booklet. And you would be choosing which picture to use, what your main character is going to be during the book. So it could be, that's not my teddy, that's not my car, that's not my plane, that's not my dolly, that's not my shoe, that's not my hat. It can be absolutely anything you want because it's your book. Okay, so we would put on the front, that's not my, let's say teddy, because that's what I've got here, that's not my teddy. And at the bottom we'd say bye, and then we would draw a picture of a teddy on the front. So that would be how we would start it. Now it's up to you. You can find some paper or some cardboard at home and you can fold it in half like this. And you can give your book a little front cover if you like. But the job I definitely want you to do today is the first page. Okay, it's the first page of your book. So you can either do it like this, where you fold paper in half, and you open it up and you write on the page inside. Or if you don't want to make it into a book, that doesn't matter. You can do what I've done here and just do it on a piece of paper. Okay, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. So that's for you to decide. But today you would only be doing your first page. You can do a front cover, but you'll only be doing your first page because tomorrow we're going to do the second page. Okay, right. Now, grown-ups, if you could rule some lines on the paper, however you do it, just to give the children a guide to write on, that really helps them. So if you could do that, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Right, shall we have a look at mine? Right, okay, so I chose a teddy, okay, and I'm going to say, that's not my teddy. Or to make it simpler, if you wanted to do this, you could say, that's not my Ted, because that's really easy to sound out, isn't it? T-E-D, Ted. Right, oh gosh, almost lost my board then. Right, we're ready to start. So, the first word I need is the word that's. Now I can hear the sound th at the front, and that's one we learnt last week, isn't it? Can you all make that sound for me? And you should be sticking your tongue out. Right, who can remember what two letters make the th sound? It's a T and a H. T and a H together make a th. So, chopping board. Th, a, t, s. That's. Now, at the start of my sentence, I'm going to use a capital letter because we always use a capital letter at the start, don't we? Right, here we go. So on the top line, and I've got my line drawn here, you might be able to see that. I'm going to do a capital T like that, and a, that. And I'm going to put something in here called an apostrophe. You don't need to worry about that right now. That's. The reason why we have an apostrophe in is because that's is short for that is. But I've shortened it. So sometimes you can shorten things, and I've missed out the I, and in its place, I've put an apostrophe to turn that is into that's. That's something you'll learn more about in year 1, so you don't have to worry too much about that now. Okay? That's not. Now I need to remember to use a finger space, don't I? And I need to spell the word not. Chopping boards, everybody, can you help me out here? Not. Let's try that again. Not. That's N, R, T is a nice tall letter at the end. That's finger space, not. Now, I've run out of room here. I can't fit on my next word, so I'm not going to go under here. I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning of my next line to carry on my sentence. That's not my. Now then, my is a tricky word and we've not learnt it yet. My. Let me show you. It begins with an okay. If you've got one of these books at home, you've probably seen it on the front cover anyway. That's not and yeah, like that. That's how we spell the word my. Do you think you can remember that today? My. If you do forget, remember, look at the front cover of your book if you have one, or you can copy this, that's okay. All right, that's not my, and then the next word is going to be Ted. That's not my Ted. Right, I'm not forgetting my finger space. Finger space. S, D. That's not my Ted. If I wanted to change that into Teddy, what I would need to do is add another D to the end, and then who can remember what's that letter that we put at the end of a word to make an E sound? Can anybody remember? Let's see if you're right. It's yeah. That's not my Teddy. Oh, who can remember what we can use at the end of a sentence if we want to shout it a little bit loudly, if we want to go, that's not my Teddy? Can you remember from our reading books? We can use a shouting stick. Now the posh name for it, the real name, is an exclamation mark. Do you remember that one? But to help us, we can call it a shouting stick. There we go, and it's a line and a dot like that. That's not my Teddy. Now then, this is where we need to get our thinking caps on and think about the words that we thought of yesterday. Now I've chosen to put the foil on the teddy, okay? So this will be your next job. So you need to draw in the middle here what it is you're writing about. So if you're doing a teddy, you would draw a teddy. If yours is a car, that's not my car, you can draw a car. If you're doing that's not my dog, you could draw a dog. You might do that's not my cat and draw a cat. But whatever you do draw, I want you to get a piece of your material that you found yesterday and I want you to stick it onto the middle of your picture, okay? Now, so I've got here my teddy and his tummy is very, very shiny. Can you see how shiny his tummy is? He's got a really shiny one. So I'm going to say, that's not my teddy. It is too shiny. So that's my next sentence. It is too shiny. That first word, it. Chopping board. It. But it's the start of a sentence, so we need to use a capital letter. Right, here we go. So I'm going to write it here on my line. Hold my paper still. It, there's my capital. It. Now I'm going to use a finger space before my next word. It is. Chopping boards. Is. Okay, so I've left a space and I'm doing, this is all in lowercase now. It is. And my next word is going to be two. Now then, we've done a lot of talking about the oo sound in the past. We've not done it properly as a phonics lesson yet, but we have talked a lot about it. Who can remember how you get the ooh sound? There are 2 letters. You're actually going to be doing this sound with Mrs. Petey on Monday. Okay, but let's see if we can practice it now. It's 2 letters that are the same. Do you know what it is? It's 2 O's. So it's t, oo, but we need to use 2 O's for the oo sound. Let's try it. It is, don't forget my finger space, toot, and then an ah and an ah. It is 2, and our word was shiny. Can you remember what shiny begins with? Shh. And it needs to be an S and a H. That's right, S and a H together make shiny. Ready? Finger space. Shh. Now you could look at your list of words that you made yesterday to choose the word that you want to write, and you can just copy it off your list. Easy peasy. Shh. I. And then there's that E sound again at the end with a. Yeah, oh, can you see that on there? There we go. It is 2 shiny. Now, what am I going to put at the end of a sentence? I'm not shouting it this time. I don't want to use an exclamation mark. I need to use a full stop. Let's put a full stop at the end. There we go. Now, I want to read everything I've written. I'm going to put my lid on my pen. Let's have a read. So let's start from the top here. The, at, s, that, s, that's, not, tricky word, my, t, d, and then that sound at the end makes an E, teddy. That's not my teddy. And at the bottom we say, it is 2 shiny. And that's it for today. I just want you to do those 2 sentences for me. And don't forget to draw your picture in the middle and stick on your piece of material. Now, grown-ups, this one's for you. Okay, when we do this in class, we differentiate it 3 ways because not all the children are at the same writing level. They're all at different abilities. And this might be too much of a challenge for your child to do all in one go. So let me show you how we do it. If we have this book here, we open it up. And like I say, you can do this at home. You can make your own book if you want to, or you can do it on a piece of paper like I have here. It's entirely up to you, okay? So, but if you were doing it like this, you would need to fold a piece of paper in half. And don't forget, grown-ups, if you can do the lines, that's great. So, inside, this is what we would give to a child who's not quite ready to write a full sentence. So we scaffold it for them. And we've got that's not my already written, and all the child has to do is fill in the missing word. So that's not my, and then whichever object they've chosen to be their main themed object throughout. And then at the bottom we've put it's 2, and then they would fill in the final word. Again, just listening to all the sounds, and if they can only write the initial sound, that's fine. What we're looking for is that the children can hear the sounds in order, and if they can recall what they are, that's great, they can write them down. Don't forget, might want to use sound mats for this, okay? You have got sound mats in your home learning packs, and they will come in very, very useful for your writing if you can't remember a sound. All right, so that is for a child who might be struggling to write a full sentence. Then, this is the one that we would give to most children. This one gives them a bit of a starter. That's not my. And then they would fill this in, and then on their own they would write the final part, which is it is 2, and then whatever word they've chosen. Okay, and we don't need to worry about this page today. Today we're only doing 1 page. Okay, so that's what most children would probably get. Then, for children who were ready for it, we would stretch them and do this the full 2 sentences, and we would just give them blank pages for them to write on. Okay, so you decide, you know your child and you know what they're capable of, so you can either scaffold them by writing in some of the words or give them a go at writing the whole thing, okay, because they should be able to have a go by now. I know though, I do know that writing at home can be a struggle, okay, so it's best not to turn this into a battle. All right, otherwise everybody ends up being miserable. Okie doke. Right, boys and girls, I hope that you have a really good try at this today. Remember what Mojo's learnt. It's okay to make mistakes. All right, mistakes help us learn. So I don't want anybody to give up. I know it can be tricky doing writing at home, but I want you to try your very, very, very best. Right, I can't wait to see what you come up with. And don't forget, it's only 1 page of your book today, unless you want to make a front cover as well, which you can do. Right, good luck everybody, and I'll see you later.